Our day 3 coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft is presented by Dreamfinders Homes. Instant analysis, a pair of picks in the 4th round, starting with number 104 overall. It's Bhayshul Tuten, the running back out of Virginia Tech, a 2-year starter for the Hokies. Was it at North Carolina A&T prior to that for 2 years? A 0-star recruit out of high school. We'll get to that all coming up. And then a few picks later at 107, it's veteran linebacker Jack Kaiser from Notre Dame, 6'1", 229, and the team captain on a team that went to the national championship game a season ago. J.P. Shadrick, Brian Sexton, John Oehser. Didn't have to wait as long today, fellas. After a long wait yesterday in rounds 2 and 3, they got right to work today, Brian.
Did you say team captain?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. There's the culture and the DNA coming into play really early. They've been consistent on that since the day they arrived here.
Well, he was there 6 years. Eventually, you're going to be a captain. But kidding aside about the 6-year thing, older guy, so the body, the mindset should be ready to contribute right away. Look, we always say at this point in the draft, we're sort of trying to figure out on a very surface level how they're going to fit in. Where this gets interesting from the Jaguars' point of view, this is supposed to be James Gladstone's wheelhouse. It's why it was okay to trade up for Hunter and lose a second-round pick. His MO is they find players in the 3rd round, the 4th round. These last 4 guys, you would think 2 or 3 of these guys are going to make it and be starters. So it'll be interesting to see what they're like when they get in.
Well, and talking to people at Notre Dame, the guy is a tremendous special teams player. So at the very least, you can have him on the field and active on game day as a rookie because you can count on him being a core contributor on teams.
He's almost 25 years old as well. Certainly, he's been there for that long. Now let's go back to Tuten, the running back out of Virginia Tech. We mentioned a 0-star recruit out of high school. Went to North Carolina A&T, and then his 2nd year there, he really kind of took off and caught the notice of the folks at Virginia Tech. You want to talk about intangibles? 4'3", 240, 40-inch vertical. He's got all the physical traits you want, John.
Well, he's got what you just talked about, and then he's also got production. Look, clearly they liked Gente at the top of the draft. They clearly at some point felt like they wanted a running back in those prime draft spots, 4th or 5th, they're going to play. So they're looking for something. They're looking for speed here, production. He had 9 receiving touchdowns. It seems like they're looking for a guy that they feel like Brian is more of an every down type back. Bigsby to me feels like more of a runner. Etienne's more 3rd down. This kid feels a little more versatile than this.
He feels like Bucky Irving to me, who was also a 4th-round pick last year by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Same height, weight profile, has the same explosiveness, was the same kind of athlete. We'll find out. But when I see this kid, I think, well, they're trying to get a Bucky Irving, a young running back that isn't going to cost you off the top of the draft, but can come in and contribute pretty quickly.
He's got kick return experience as well. A couple of touchdowns 2 years ago, and really a contributor 2 seasons ago in that regard on special teams. With that speed, why not? And with the new rules and the way that's going to be set up maybe for more returns now, that could be a possibility down the line. We'll have to see what they truly have in mind. So now it's a little bit of time off until the next round of picks for the Jaguars.
194, is that the next pick?
No 5th rounders at all, John.
Well, not yet.
Right.
Well, we should be good at that. We have experience doing it yesterday.
This is very true. No doubt.
And look, this is a very interesting day. I've gotten emails from people, well, they didn't get X in the first 2 rounds, they're not going to get a starter. That's not the way this bunch thinks.
No.
A 3rd, 4th, not 5th, obviously, but these are rounds that they believe they're getting players who are going to contribute. These 2 guys are fascinating because I think it's starting to show sort of the characteristic of what they're looking for. Productive college players with traits. Of course, everybody wants that, but they know what they're looking for in this, and I think the fact they were both uber productive in college played into it.
So the Jaguars have 2 additional picks now, 104 and 107. Bhayshul Tuten, the running back out of Virginia Tech. Jack Kaiser, the linebacker out of Notre Dame. 4 picks left on the docket today. 2 in round 6, 2 in round 7. It's 194 and 200. Those are the picks in round 6. And 221 and 236 in round 7. we'll see if they do any wheeling and dealing. They did that three trades yesterday for this team?
Yeah, they were moving all over the place.
Gladstone?
Back and up and
Yeah, you say we're going to nothing till the 6th. I think we're seeing Trader James, as it will.
So far.
Yeah, you've got to have Trader something. Yeah,
it makes sense.
If you're a GM.
Well, when you trade from 5 to 2, that starts it, and then trading back to get a couple of third-rounders next year, and then trading back up to get the 89th. I mean, there was a lot of action yesterday, and I mean, who knows this late in the draft what this means? Maybe there's some build for the future again. Maybe they just kind of stay put and figure things out the last 2 rounds.
What do they have now? We decided last night that 13 picks already next year.
That's right.
They picked up the 2 threes from Detroit.
Correct.
Okay.
So,
I think you got enough for the future.
If you love somebody,
go get them.
Then you can go to get him in this draft using a pick from next year. So that's always interesting at this point in the draft to figure out how a group thinks about this draft and then how they think about next year's draft as well.
The interesting part is, if they loved somebody, wouldn't they have taken them here at the top of the 4th round, right? I mean, is there somebody left on the board that they'll use a pick next year for? I mean, why wouldn't they just use it here? I'm just curious.
And the way they think about it, though, they sort of stick them in buckets, so to speak, and they're probably not going to draft a guy here if they have him in a 6th-round bucket, or a 5th-round bucket.
Yeah, and I kind of think back, and maybe not in this part of the draft from here on out, but Shad Khan had a quote with Mike Silver in the draft room the other night. It's like, hey, we've been stockpiling picks for a long time. Look what it got us.
Right.
Not much. Go get players you really want at this point.
It's worth saying, though, that those 2 third-round picks next year, especially now that you can trade them, give them leverage next year to really do something. They're not wasted picks.
James, go ahead, John.
Well, and I mentioned it last night. When teams trade picks in the draft, fans want to see something now. So when you get a pick next year, sometimes, they didn't do anything that day. Getting 2 third-round picks, those are significant picks for this organization.
Yeah, because you can use them or use them to move up. That's next year. James Gladstone has those in his back pocket moving ahead, but he has 2 draft picks now early in round 4, Kai.
Yeah, a day with a couple picks close together. So we're starting off the 4th. What was your focus today? Obviously, let's start with the running back.
Oh, we call this the speed round, right? Mm-hmm. Things are unfolding fast, and obviously with Bhayshul, he's somebody that I think if you look at a 40 time and view that as an important piece to the puzzle, it certainly jumps off the page, but that actually applies to his on-field speeds. And, really being able to change the pace of a game is something that we're really interested in. And, just a fun story behind the scenes, right? When I sat down for the first wave of interviews and even into the second wave, he was somebody that I highlighted as a day 3 priority or target for us to consider. And it's cool to see that come to life. Obviously, our coaching staff presented a vision for him, but on the front end, he was somebody that, myself, I was drawn to in some way, shape, or form, and excited to see all that unfold here in real time.
Do you enjoy these rounds where you can kind of use your analysis that you've made and maybe find someone, not a diamond in the rough necessarily, but kind of make those picks that will have an effect right out of the gate?
Yeah, I think so. This is kind of the sweet spot for some of the good football players, right? Some players who may be undervalued or underappreciated in some way, and I think being here in the front end of day 3 allows you the luxury to get those guys, and we'll see a lot more of those come off the board between now and our next pick. So we're going to be patient and just wait for that all to unfold and see how it looks when we get there.
Your second pick today, Jack Kaiser out of Notre Dame, a captain, an older player. What did you guys see from him? What do you like from him?
Yeah, I think with all these guys that we're prioritizing, all the guys that we've selected to date, the idea of being intangibly rich certainly stands out. And while Jack is somebody who is older in age, his field age is a little bit different, right? The wear and tear on his body isn't substantial, and he's been the driving force and the brain power on that defensive side of the ball for Notre Dame, and it's hard to find any negative comment when you talk to any sources about Jack Kaiser. And he really excites us about the idea of what he can bring to the back end of that group at this stage, but knowing that what the future for him could look like is bright.
All right, we have a little break until the next couple of picks. So where's your focus in the later rounds? What do you kind of try to highlight?
Yeah, I think we're leaning into the same things that we prioritize at each pick point, and that's the items that we covet, which are the intangible elements, knowing that, we want people who are good football players and care a lot about the game itself, so that will remain top of mind.
Talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
All right, Kai, thanks very much. Kai Stevens with James Gladstone just down the hallway here at the Miller Electric Center. So the Jaguars have 2 picks, Bhayshul Tuten, the running back out of Virginia Tech, and Jack Kaiser, the linebacker out of Notre Dame. 4 to go, 2 in the 6th round, 2 in the 7th round. We're going to go live again, guys, after the 6th round picks. They're so close together as of right now. 194 and 200. So that'll be our last live update of the day. We'll have a draft wrap show later today as well. So strap in and hang on. It's going to be a day, Brian.
It already is.
Yes.
2 picks right out of the gate. It's more action than we saw yesterday for most of the day.
John, you ready?
Talking ball.
That's what we're doing.
A little later.
We're going to do it again all day long. That'll do it for our coverage now. Again, the Jags have 2 4th-round picks in the books at 104 and 107. Bhayshul Tuten, the running back from Virginia Tech, and Jack Kaiser, the linebacker out of Notre Dame. Our Day 3 coverage presented by Dreamfinders Homes. And watch the draft on NFL Network throughout the afternoon.